How's the cookie? You want to know? It's the Oreo Review Show.
Welcome to the Oreo Review Show. Last week, I reviewed the standard classic Oreo, which I, of course, gave a more than perfect score. This week, we're going to follow up with what I think most people consider to be the next in line in terms of the standard Oreo, what people go for on the shelf that isn't just a weird, wacky flavor. It's the double stuff Oreo. It's got double the stuff. I'm going to start out by being honest with you this week. I do not like the double stuff Oreo. The original Oreo I call the perfect cookie, and I consider it to have a perfect ratio, a perfect balance between the cookie and the cream filling in the middle of the cookie. Because of this, simply on principle, I disagree with the idea of adding more cream. To me, that's wrong. You're messing with perfection. It ain't broke, so don't fix it! If the original Oreo is the Mona Lisa of cookies, then the double stuff Oreo is slathering an extra thick layer of paint on top of the Mona Lisa. Hey, I'm a Leonardo da Vinci. Why did you put the extra paint on top of my Mona Lisa? You ruined my art! That's what he would say. Before we even open this thing up, we gotta take a look at the packaging. It's pretty similar to the original Oreo packaging. They are more or less identical, except there's a splash of pink on the double stuff. Is it a commentary on gender norms? Are double stuff Oreos the bisexuals of cookies? Are double stuff Oreos the transgenders of cookies? Keep these SJWs out of my cookies! Now I'd like to pause for a moment and let's all meditate together on the word stuff. You may be surprised to discover that there are, in fact, 2 F's in the word stuff. Now, I get it. You're Nabisco. You've got a new great idea for a new Oreo spin-off cookie. You want to make sure you have a cool trademarkable name. So, simple solution, double stuff, cut off the F. It's stupid, but I can accept that. But let's go back even deeper beyond that to the origin of the phrase double stuff, which I have a lot of problems with. Okay, so there's double the stuff. So there is double the amount of filling or cream in these cookies as compared to the original. Double makes sense. Why stuff, though? Because of the double stuff cookies, it is now Oreo canon that the cream filling is called stuff. Stuff is not an appetizing word. Stuff is not what you want to eat. Stuff is not what you want to be served in a restaurant. Stuff is what's lying on your floor. Stuff is what's all over the front of your car. Stuff is that movie, The Stuff. Nobody wants to eat the stuff. If for some reason they were so in love with the term stuff, they could have called it double stuffed or doubly stuffed, or just call it a double Oreo, a double Oreo, Oreo times 2, Oreo extra. I don't want to eat stuff. Oreo double junk, Oreo double shit. And you have to be very careful when you pronounce the double stuff, not to say that second F, because it is not there. Double stuff. Leave off the last F for fuck you. Anyway, all that being said, today I'm going to put my biases aside and try to enjoy and appreciate the double stuff Oreo cookie in an objective manner for my professional critical analysis / review. Oh, God. Immediately when you open this, you notice a difference because there are fewer cookies in the package and they take up more space. There it is next to the original. The original is the one that looks like something you would want to eat. The double stuff is the one that looks like something you should throw away and set on fire. The first thing that definitely hits you when you bite into a double stuffed Oreo is sweetness. The standard serving size on the original Oreo is 3 cookies, and in 3 cookies there are 14 grams of sugar. Double stuff only has 13 grams of sugar. Huh? Oh, it's per 2 cookies. For every 2 cookies, there's 13 grams of sugar. So there's about 4.5 grams of sugar in one regular Oreo and about 6.5 in a double stuff. Already I'm a little angry because that's not double the stuff. In terms of calories, that's about 50 calories per cookie of the original Oreo, 70 calories per cookie of the double stuff. It's also 10 cookies per row versus 12 cookies per row in the original. So you gotta ask yourself, are those extra calories and grams of sugar worth the taste of the double stuff Oreo? I'm gonna crack into another one. Oh. Just by nature of the cookie, it takes longer to bite into. There's more resistance met from your mouth to the cookie parts. It's less pleasant in comparison. Just look at the amount of cream on one half of this cookie. It's as thick as an entire cookie half. It's obscene. What the double stuff Oreo makes me think of is the Pepsi challenge. The Pepsi challenge is a thing where the Pepsi company had people do a blind taste test between a can of Pepsi and a can of Coca-Cola. So you take one sip of each thing and you have to say which one that you prefer, and their theory is that not knowing about the branding, people prefer the taste of Pepsi. And the thing is, their results showed that to be true. But what was actually going on, and there's research done on this, I'm not making this up, Google it! People taking part in the challenge thought they preferred Pepsi because it was sweeter. So when they just took one little sip, they immediately responded to the sweetness of the drink. Their brain said, whoa, sugar, I like. Which is fine if when you drink a soda, you just like to have a little and put it back in the fridge. But if you're drinking an entire bottle or can of a soda, over time, the sweetness of the Pepsi is overwhelming, and the Coca-Cola is actually a more satisfying flavor. Double stuff Oreos are the Pepsi of Oreos. Yeah, can I get an Oreos? Is double stuff okay? No. It's not bad at first. In fact, it's kind of good. It's still an Oreo just with more cream. But whereas with regular Oreos, I could eat like a stack of them and feel pretty good. Once you get through 2 or 3 of these bad boys, ugh. I'm sure there's some of you that are 8 years old and are saying, no, I like it. I like all the sugar. Yeah, it's better. Yeah. And that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But as a professional Oreo expert, I can tell you, this is bad. You shouldn't eat this. It's incorrect. It's made improperly. It's a mistake. The fact that they sell it to people is wrong. I don't know, have I just become the old man in a cereal commercial?
There's too much cream in this. This will never be allowed in my classroom.
You'll never understand, old man. Ah! I'm not putting these in my mouth for a bit. I'm not putting myself through that for you. If you have the palate of a kid with ADD, then go nuts on the double stuff Oreo. But if you have taste, treat yourself better than that. Treat yourself with respect. Don't eat this. Or just eat like a couple. I genuinely don't want to eat this. I can feel the cream. Final score, on a scale from 0 Oreos to 1 Oreo, I'm giving the double stuff Oreo half an Oreo with no cream. No, I take it back. It gets no Oreos. It gets 0 Oreos. Half an Oreo with no cream is what you think it's maybe worth if you just take a bite out of one and you're like, this isn't so bad. And then literally a cookie and a half later, it's 0 Oreos. There's no reason to buy these over the original. You're an animal, and you make me sick if you do. Don't forget to comment below, like, and subscribe, and eat all those Oreos. Until next time, this is me saying, Oreo!
How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.